Making Roblox games has never been more accessible than it is today. Between endless YouTube tutorials, fresh AI tools constantly spawning, and thousands of free resources online, there's never been a better time to start. Around 300 days ago, I opened Roblox Studio for the first time. I couldn't script, I couldn't build, and I had no idea what I was doing. Fast forward to today, and somehow I've got over 16,000 subscribers, a Roblox game with over 40,000 visits, and I've earned nearly 30,000 Robux just from donations. And now I want to give you the exact roadmap you can use to start making your first ever Roblox game using AI. One of the biggest mistakes people make is letting their imagination run wild and trying to build something way too complicated. Instead, start simple. Find a game that already works on Roblox and add your own twist or style to it. For my first game, I chose hide and seek and then mixed it up by making it parkour. You could call it a Team Untitled tag game, but we're not going to talk about that. The goal is just to start learning and actually build something. Once you've got your game idea locked in, don't open Studio just yet. Instead, go onto YouTube and find tutorials for the type of game that you want to make. You're almost guaranteed to find at least one. Spend around 30 minutes just watching and trying to understand the workflow, how the game is built, what systems you'll need, and how everything fits together. It'll save you time from jumping in blind and getting stuck after an hour. Once you've got a rough idea of what you're going to be doing, head into Claude. Tell it what game you want to make and make it clear that you're a complete beginner, and then ask where to start and what your first step should be. It'll basically give you a custom roadmap so you're not just guessing halfway through everything. And from there, it's really just about going through each task one by one. Building in Roblox Studio alone is fairly simple. Most beginners, like myself, assume you need to be some sort of insane 3D artist before you can make your first game, but you really don't. Some of the biggest games on the front page right now are built mainly using parts alone and use barely any 3D models at all. Once you know how to place a part, then move, scale and rotate it, you're already halfway there. From there, it gets a little bit more advanced from things like unions, which basically let you combine multiple parts together to create more detailed shapes and builds. But honestly, you don't need to worry about that too much yet. You can make a great first game using just simple parts. Your first builds probably won't look amazing, mine definitely didn't, but don't spend hours trying to build the perfect map before you even have a playable game. Focus on functionality first. If you're making an obby, make sure all of the jumps are laid out properly. If you're making a simulator, make sure the gameplay loop works. Or even for a horror game, just start small and then expand. Then once the game actually works, that's when updates come in, where you can go back and make everything look better. And if you really want to speed up the building process, this is a perfect time to mention today's sponsor, Forge GUI. One of the biggest things that stops most beginner developers from making the game look unique can be 3D modeling. Most people don't want to spend weeks learning Blender just to create a single custom asset, so instead resort to using the toolbox. That's where Forge GUI comes in. Their AI 3D model generator lets you literally describe the model you want and Forge will generate it for you. And what's really cool is you can also pair the prompt with a rough drawing or a reference image to get a much more accurate result, which makes it insanely useful when you already have an idea in your head but you don't know how to model it yourself. So if you want to spend more time actually making your game instead of spending weeks trying to learn complicated modeling softwares, definitely check out Forge GUI using the link down below. Now, this is a part where most beginners usually get stuck. The simplest way to think of it is basically scripting is the thing used to add functionality to the game. Most games are just a collection of simple systems working together, things like detecting when a new player clicks something, giving rewards, opening doors, or updating UI. Nothing too crazy on its own. It just feels complex when you see it all together, and this is where AI becomes really useful. Instead of trying to learn every single bit of Lua up front, you can just describe what you want in plain English and let AI help you. For example, if you have a button in your game that you want to give players money every time you click it, simply head into AI, paste your currency system in, and tell it what you want to do. You'll get scripts back and you'll also get a breakdown of the step-by-step process you need to follow to get the job done. The key thing is not to memorize everything, it's to understand what you're actually trying to achieve. Then use AI to help you get there faster. At the start, scripting isn't about being perfect, it's just about stacking small working pieces together until your game starts to feel real. And once things start to click and you understand how everything fits together, you'll naturally start building more advanced systems without even realizing it. Now, once you've got your game actually working, the next thing that starts to matter is the UI. Normally, this is where things get a little bit more tedious for beginners. Because UI isn't just about placing elements in Studio, it also means designing how everything looks, which means spending time learning tools like Photoshop or trying to piece together free assets just to make things look decent. And for most beginners, that ends up being a huge time sink. And that's where Forge GUI can come in handy once again. Instead of switching between different design tools or trying to learn complex software just to make UI elements, you can simply describe what you want, like a coin icon, a shop menu, or even a full UI first style, and Forge generates it for you in seconds. So instead of getting stuck on design work early on, you can stay focused on actually building and finishing your Roblox game instead. And once you have a basic understanding of building, scripting and UI, you have everything you need to actually start making your first Roblox game. It won't be a perfect game and it won't be overly polished, but it'll be a working game. And that's where most people don't even reach. Because once you can build something from start to finish, everything after that just becomes repetition and improvement. So for now, don't overthink it. Pick something simple, start building and actually finish your first game. And if you want, I can do a follow-up video where I show what comes after this, like how to get your first real players, how to update your game properly, and how people actually grow games on Roblox. If that's something you want to see, let me know down in the comments.